Good evening and welcome to the news tonight, your one stop for the day's top stories. Let's get you the headlines first. 7 months after its massive win in the Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, BJP registers yet another poll victory, sweeps 14 out of 16 mayoral seats in the state's civic polls. Congress loses Amethi. BJP President Amit Shah and Union Minister Smriti Irani lead the party's campaign in Gujarat. In a high-tech outreach, the Prime Minister interacts with hundreds of women activists through the Narendra Modi app. Union Cabinet approves setting up of the National Nutrition Mission to address malnutrition among children. Program is expected to benefit more than 10 crore people across the country. Government also likely to introduce the bill making instant triple talaq illegal and void in the winter session of Parliament. Draft bill proposes jail term of 3 years and fine for the husband. And India asks Shanghai Cooperation Organization countries to extend help in combating terrorism, seeks road connectivity to member countries for the smooth flow of goods and people to facilitate trade. Top story this evening, the BJP has once again swept the elections in Uttar Pradesh. In results of the UP civic polls, BJP won 14 out of the 16 municipal corporations, including the 4 new seats. The party also secured a majority of seats in Nagar Palika and the Nagar Panchayat elections, leaving the BSP, SP and Congress far behind.
More than 7 months after BJP's massive win in the Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, the party cemented its hold on the state by grabbing 14 of the 16 municipal corporations in the state's civic polls. BJP's mayoral candidates won in Varanasi, Gorakhpur, Ghaziabad, Bareilly, Agra, Allahabad, Lucknow, Kanpur, Jhansi and Moradabad. BJP also secured wins in all 4 new municipal corporations of Saharanpur, Ayodhya, Firozabad and Mathura. The mammoth election process saw 652 local urban bodies in 75 districts go to polls in 3 phases last month.
विश्वास व्यक्त करता हूं कि जनआकांक्षाओं पर इसी प्रकार से हम लोग आगे भी खरा उतरेंगे। 2019 के लोकसभा चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी 100% परिणाम पाने के उस लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करने के लिए आगे अग्रसर होगी। आप सबको एक सकारात्मक सहयोग के लिए हृदय से धन्यवाद।
At a distant second position was the Bahujan Samaj Party, winning 2 mayor seats in Meerut and Aligarh. The victory is significant for Mayawati and her party as they try to regain lost ground in the state after having lost 3 consecutive state and general elections. The Congress and the Samajwadi Party got a major drubbing as both failed to win even a single mayoral seat. Congress suffered a major blow in Amethi as well as the BJP secured a massive victory in Rahul Gandhi's home turf. While the Congress had not fielded a candidate from Amethi town, its candidates lost in Gauriganj and Jais Nagar Palika elections.
जहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मशीन से वोटिंग हुई है, वहाँ के परिणाम जहाँ बैलेट पेपर से हुए, वहाँ के परिणाम दोनों में आपको बहुत अंतर दिखाई देगा।
माँ ईवीएम जिसके हाथ में है, अब देखिए क्या होता है। हमने इलेक्शन कमीशन को कहा, इलेक्शन कमीशन समझ नहीं रहा है, सुन नहीं रहा है।
BJP's latest win in the country's most populous state is a positive referendum of Yogi Adityanath government's performance over the last 7 months. It is also a morale booster for the party, which is locked in a close contest with the Congress in the upcoming Gujarat elections. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And now let's get you all the election-related news from Gujarat. Well, in Gujarat, the contest is shaping to be a battle between the BJP, which is championing the gains from what has been called the Gujarat model of development, and the opposition has focused on targeting these claims, calling them hollow. In fact, hundreds of women workers of the BJP state unit got a chance to interact with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a tech-driven outreach today. The video interaction was made available through the Narendra Modi app. The BJP's Gujarat election in charge, Bhupendra Yadav, said that the idea was to inspire women through their interaction with the Prime Minister to campaign and push women to vote for the BJP. The first phase of elections in Gujarat will be held on the 9th of December. Well, BJP President Amit Shah, Union Ministers Smriti Irani and Rajnath Singh also campaigned in the poll-bound state on Friday. While Amit Shah addressed a public rally in Kodinar, the INB minister sought votes in Viramgam and the Home Minister in Lunawada. All three leaders attacked the opposition Congress over seeking votes in Gujarat on caste lines, with Rajnath Singh questioning the timing of Rahul Gandhi's recent temple visits. The BJP president dared the Congress vice president to seek votes in the states on the plank of development.
राहुल गांधी ने पूछवा मांगू छो गुजरात की जनता अगर परिवार आओ तारे स्पष्ट करो क्या चूंटनी अंदर 2017 विधानसभा गुजरात की चूंटनी अंदर कांग्रेस पार्टी नो चूंटनी लड़वानो मुद्दो शू छे
कांग्रेस कास्ट के आधार पर विभाजित करके राजनीति करना चाहते हैं, वो तो गुजरात में कई उदाहरणों के माध्यम से दिखाई दिया। अब स्वयं कांग्रेस पार्टी का इस प्रकार से संकेत देना और स्टेटमेंट देना उनके एक अपने बीच में जो एक बौखलाहट है उसका संकेत है, उसका प्रतीक है।
And Congress Vice President continued with his attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In an early morning tweet, Rahul Gandhi questioned the Prime Minister as to why public money was squandered in purchasing power at higher rates from private companies. He alleged that the coffers of 4 private firms were filled, in fact, between 2002 to 2016 by buying power worth 62,549 crore rupees. Seeking accountability from the ruling BJP for the promises made to the people of Gujarat, the Congress Vice President has been posing questions to the party on a daily basis. This was his third question that he posed to the Prime Minister.
हम सिर्फ कहते नहीं है या राहुल जी कहते नहीं है कि ये सरकार जो है सिर्फ 4 चंद अमीरों की सरकार है, 4 या 5 पूंजीपतियों की सरकार है, ये कहते नहीं है। प्रत्यक्ष उनके सवाल में नजर आता है कि आप यहाँ की गरीब जनता की 62% जो बिजली जो है उसको खरीदते हैं आप, 62,000 या 63,000 में करोड़ में खरीदते हैं आप, और उसको आप बांट देते हैं अमीरों को, और किस तरह से किन सस्ते रेटों में बांटते हैं। अगर यही बिजली अगर आपने यहाँ के गुजरात की जनता को दी होती, यही बिजली अगर गुजरात ने बाहर बेची होती, बाहर के प्रदेश में दी होती, तो कितना फायदा होता।
These questions which are being manufactured every day are actually the ones which already have answers. Possibly those who are writing these questions have not read the answers. And as I said a few days back, I think somebody would advise him to change his scriptwriters.
Well, away from Gujarat, in other election-related news, ahead of the upcoming RK Nagar Assembly by-polls in Tamil Nadu, the Election Commission has said that the decision to allot the hat election symbol will be taken by the returning officer. This after the Delhi High Court asked the election body whether the Sashikala TTV Dinakaran faction of AIDMK can use the hat as an election symbol to file nominations. The poll panel submitted before the Delhi High Court that the returning officer will take a decision by December 7th after receiving the nominations. The hat symbol was given to the Sashikala TTV Dinakaran group by the Election Commission in March after freezing the use of the 2-leaf symbol, which was later allotted to the Palanisamy Paneerselvam faction. The Supreme Court on Friday sought responses from the Centre and the Election Commission on a PIL seeking to restrain convicted politicians from holding posts in political parties. A 3-judge bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra agreed to examine the validity of Section 29A of the Representation of the People's Act 1951. This section deals with the registration of associations and political parties with the Election Commission. The PIL points out that even though convicted politicians are barred by law from contesting elections, they can still run a political party and hold posts. The petition also seeks directions to the centre and the Election Commission to frame guidelines to decriminalise the electoral system and ensure inner-party democracy. It names several top political leaders who have been convicted or have charges against them and are holding the highest political posts. Moving ahead, the Union Cabinet has approved the setting up of the National Nutrition Mission with a 3-year budget of over 9,000 crore rupees. Under the mission, the government will conduct real-time monitoring of malnourished children with the help of an electronic database of all Anganwadis.
The Union Cabinet has approved setting up a national nutrition mission to address malnutrition among children. The program is expected to benefit more than 10 crore people. All Anganwadis are proposed to have mobile phone connectivity to share data from rural maternity centres. Specific Anganwadis will be incentivized to provide better nutritional care to malnourished children.
Action is taken on the spot to see why the child is losing weight, whether food is reaching. The Anganwadis have to take pictures of themselves feeding each child.
The mission will be launched in January. It will be rolled out in 162 backward districts in 6 states, including Andhra Pradesh, Bihar and Chhattisgarh initially, and expanded to 315 districts in the current financial year. The rest of the country will be covered over the next 2 years. The mission will attempt to reduce stunting, undernutrition and low birth weight by 2% and anemia among young children, women and adolescent girls by 3% over a 3-year mission period.
Real time बच्चों का weight और वेट के साथ साथ उसकी हाइट, इसको हम अपने तरफ से भी करेंगे और इनकी भी जो इंफॉर्मेशन आएगी उसको हम कन्वर्ज करेंगे ताकि टाइमली हम इंटरवेंशन कर सकें.
Despite the presence of many schemes to address malnutrition, lack of coordination and synergy has made them ineffective. The National Nutrition Mission now plans to monitor and guide nutrition-related interventions across ministries. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the government plans to introduce the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill in the winter session of Parliament. It has asked state governments to urgently respond with their views on the provisions to deal with instant triple talaq or talaq-e-biddat that provides for a maximum jail term of 3 years. Reports said that once the Parliament approves the proposed Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill, the law will adjudicate all cases of instant triple talaq across the country except Jammu and Kashmir. The draft bill states that a husband who resorts to instant triple talaq can be jailed for up to 3 years and fined. Instant triple talaq in any form, oral, written or electronic form, has been banned and made a cognizable offence. The bill also provides for a subsistence allowance of a harassed Muslim woman and her dependent children and custodial rights of minor children. Now, a day after GDP growth figures for the second quarter of this year were announced, the government has defended both the GST rollout and demonetization. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley asserted on Friday that the goods and services tax has made doing business easier for traders. He also stressed that the impact of GST on GDP growth was limited to 1 quarter, mainly because of destocking by corporates.
A day after GDP growth showed a surge, the government has reiterated that the GST regime has been good for the country. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said on Friday that GST has expanded the marketplace for traders and that with its introduction, the tax compliance burden on them has been reduced while ease of doing business has been enhanced. The Finance Minister also underlined that tax rates have been rationalized and traders will no more be required to confront inspectors.
Travelling time उसका बचता है, goods का. जो मल्टीपल रिटर्न्स थे उसके स्थान पर एक रिटर्न है और वो भी केवल आपको अपने सॉफ्टवेयर में डालना है. सब इंस्पेक्टर से मुक्ति मिल रही है, रेट्स भी रैशनलाइज हो रहे हैं, तो इसलिए व्यापार और व्यवसाय करना सरल है.
The Finance Minister also credited the government's reforms for the surge in GDP growth rate. He stressed that the two structural reforms, GST and demonetization, will benefit the economy in the medium and long term.
1 या 2 क्वार्टर जो उसका असर होना था वो प्रभाव हम लोगों ने देख लिया है और अब उसमें एक परिवर्तन स्पष्ट रूप से सामने नजर आ रहा है.
Snapping 5 quarters of slowing GDP growth, Indian economy expanded by 6.3% in the September quarter, on the back of a pickup in manufacturing. The gross domestic product growth had hit a 3-year low of 5.7% in the first quarter of 2017-18. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Without naming Pakistan, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu hit out at it, saying one of India's neighbours had made terrorism a state policy. He said this as he addressed troops of the Border Security Force at their 52nd Raising Day. He also said that the neighbouring country was training, funding and abetting terrorists to send them to India. Naidu said that India does not see a terrorist from a prism of any religion and such a mercenary is an enemy of mankind. He also lauded the BSF for effectively guarding Indian borders with Pakistan and Bangladesh, saying the danger of terror and its evil consequences were being felt across the globe. The Vice President also said that security forces have the onerous task of defending the nation and that the government was leaving no stone unturned to make them stronger and their families capable.
You are all protecting the borders of the country. You are maintaining the unity and integrity of the country, thereby even sometimes sacrificing your own personal lives. That's why I feel it's a great honor to me as the Vice President of India to come here, meet you, greet you, and also felicitate some of you for outstanding performance.
Cyclone Oki has caused heavy rain in coastal Tamil Nadu and Kerala. At least 12 people have been killed so far in both states and more than 200 fishermen are missing from the sea. According to weather officials, the cyclone will soon make its landfall in Lakshadweep.
Cyclone Oki intensified into a severe cyclonic storm and it's expected to make landfall in Lakshadweep soon, triggering a red warning, the highest category alert. With Oki wreaking havoc in coastal Tamil Nadu and Kerala, both state governments have joined hands for rescue operations. Official machinery is on high alert and people living within 100 meters of the coast have been evacuated. As a precautionary measure, schools near the coast in both states are shut.
The Oki cyclone, which was lying over the southeast Arabian Sea, intensified into severe cyclonic storm and now lies over southeast Arabian Sea at about 270 kilometers southeast of Aminidiri. Now further it is expected to intensify further and move in the west-northwestward direction and cross the Lakshadweep area during next 24 hours.
Nearly 50 fishing boats with more than 200 fishermen have gone missing along the Kerala coast. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has sought help from the Navy, Coast Guard and the Air Force. Vijayan said at least 70 fishermen had already got in touch with the rescue teams, but they could not be reached due to inclement weather.
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് മുന്നറിയിപ്പ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്നില്ല? 4 പേര് ഒരു വെള്ളത്തിൽ നിന്ന് പോയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. 3 ദിവസമായിട്ട് ഇതുവരെ കര വന്നിട്ടില്ല. ഒരു മുൻഗണന ഇതുവരെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്നിട്ടില്ല. ഒരു നിയന്ത്രണം തന്നിട്ടില്ല. ഇന്ന് 3 ദിവസം കൊണ്ട് ജനങ്ങൾ ഈ കടയിൽ കിടക്കുകയാണ്. കടയിൽ പോകുന്നവർക്ക് ഇതെന്താണ് യാതാണെന്ന് ഇന്ന് ഇതുവരെ അന്വേഷിക്കാൻ ആരും വന്നിട്ടില്ല.
Home Minister Rajnath Singh has also reviewed preparations to tackle Cyclone Oki and is in constant touch with the NDRF chief. The Southern Naval Command is on standby for any humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And here's a look at what else made news across the country today in Nationwide. The Enforcement Directorate today conducted surveys at the premises of a relative of former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram in Chennai and Kolkata. The surveys are in connection with its investigation into charges of money laundering in the Aircel Maxis case. The Supreme Court today issued notice on a petition seeking a countrywide ban on the manufacture, sale and use of firecrackers and also burning of stubble by agriculturists. A bench gave the centre 4 weeks to respond to the petition by a child, Arjun Gopal, who is being represented by lawyer Gopal Shankaranayal. A Jaipur court has convicted 8 Lashkar-e-Toiba members, including 3 Pakistani nationals, for their involvement in terrorist activities. The additional district and sessions court is expected to pronounce punishment on Monday. The court found all of them guilty under various sections of the Act on charges of conspiracy, recruiting persons for terrorist activities. Heading abroad now, India has asked Shanghai Cooperation Organization members to extend help to each other in combating terrorism. India has also asked the members to provide road connectivity to all other member countries for smooth flow of goods and people at affordable costs. The Indian view in SCO was articulated in its summit-level meeting by External Affairs Minister on Friday in Sochi. With Pakistan in mind, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on Friday appealed to all members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization to condemn terrorism in all its forms. She also called for comprehensive cooperation in intelligence sharing to combat it.
India strongly condemns terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. There can be no justification whatsoever for any acts of terrorism. We are determined to consistently strengthen cooperation within the SCO framework and to work together to seek comprehensive, cooperative and sustainable security.
Addressing a restricted meeting of the heads of states of the SCO, Sushma Swaraj raised the issue of connectivity. This has reference to the fact that Pakistan does not allow India to have land routes to Central Asian nations. Sushma Swaraj also sought to highlight the double-speak of China in this regard. China has constructed roads in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir that is an inalienable part of India. She said that China should respect the sovereignty of other member countries while deciding on transnational roads.
Excellencies, connectivity with SCO countries is India's priority. We want connectivity to pave the way for cooperation and trust between our societies. For this, respect for sovereignty is essential. Inclusivity, transparency and sustainability are imperative.
The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a grouping of 8 countries. It includes China, Russia, India, Pakistan and 4 Central Asian countries, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. India and Pakistan became full members of this grouping in June this year. Later, the External Affairs Minister also met Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev separately. Akhilesh Suman's report for Rajya Sabha TV. Former US President Barack Obama is in New Delhi and met Prime Minister Narendra Modi ahead of his engagement at the HD Leadership Summit. This was the first meeting between the two leaders after Obama left the White House in January 2017. Obama was the first US president to visit India twice during his time in office and had earlier visited in 2010. The former US president then headed to the Hindustan Times Leadership Summit, where he weighed in on the Narendra Modi versus Manmohan Singh debate, saying that both are sound leaders and had India-US relations in mind. Obama also held a town hall meeting in Delhi, meeting over 300 young leaders. This was a part of the program of the Obama Foundation to try and expand the conversation about what it means to be an active citizen and make an impact.
I'll be out there advocating on behalf of doing something about climate change and doing something about inequality and making sure that women are getting the same opportunities as men and fighting against, there you go, and fighting against the forces of discrimination and tribalism and racism. But the single most important thing that I want to focus on is lifting up and identifying and working with and training the next generation of leadership.
News from Pakistan: 9 people have been killed in a shooting incident in the city. 5 burqa-clad Taliban terrorists stormed into the student hostel of the Directorate of Agriculture Extension on the University Road with automatic weapons and opened fire. Security forces reached the site immediately and a gunfight ensued, and the 5 terrorists were neutralized after a brief gunfight. Security officials said that the terrorists clad in burqa used an auto rickshaw to reach the building. They belong to the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, which has claimed responsibility for the attack. Hospital authorities said 9 people, mostly students, were killed in the attack. 32 people were also injured. And here are more updates from across the world in Global Buzz. Zimbabwe's new president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, named his cabinet, appointing senior military figures to high-profile positions. Mnangagwa made Sibusisi Moyo, the general who appeared on state television after the recent military takeover, the new foreign minister. The head of Zimbabwe's Air Force was named Minister of Agriculture and Land Affairs. Critics have said that it has dashed hopes of change in the country. A strong earthquake of magnitude 6 shook southeastern parts of Iran. At least 42 people were injured and several homes were destroyed. Last month, a magnitude 7.3 earthquake struck villages and towns in Iran's Kermanshah province along the border with Iraq, killing 530 and injuring thousands of others. Residents living near Mount Agung in Bali were forced to evacuate despite their reluctance as authorities confirmed that the volcano was about to erupt. About 43,000 people took shelter, but an estimated population of 90,000 to 1 lakh are still in the danger zone. Authorities urge people living up to 10 kilometers from the summit to move to emergency centers. Bali airport reopened for 2 days, but some tourists were still struggling to leave the island. And finally, let's get you some updates from the world of sports in Sports Beat. Five-time world champion MC Mary Kom resigned as national observer for Indian boxing after Sports Minister Rajya Singh Rathore said that active sportspersons will not be considered for the position. Mary Kom was among 12 national observers appointed by the Sports Ministry in March. The list also includes Olympic gold medalist shooter Abhinav Bindra, double Olympic medalist Sushil Kumar, and former Commonwealth Games gold medalist Akhil Kumar. Eighth-seeded India lost to second-seeded England in the quarterfinals of the WSF World Men's Team Squash Championship. Saurav Ghoshal lost to Nick Matthew, while Daryl Selby defeated Harinderpal Sandhu in just 8 minutes. In the third dead tie, James Willstrop defeated Vikram Malhotra. Indian archers won 3 gold, 4 silver and 2 bronze medals at the Asian Championships in Dhaka. Himani Kumari defeated her Mongolian opponent in the recurve cadet bronze playoff. In an all-Indian cadet recurve final, Akash defeated compatriot Dheeraj Bomadevara 6-4, while Abhishek Verma beat Korean rival Kim Jong-un to clinch the gold. In the women's compound team event, Jyoti Sureka Vennam, Trisha Deb and Parveena beat the Korean team to win the gold medal. That's it on the news tonight from the entire team here. Good night.